My dear ones, let me take a slow breath with you, because this story begins on a day when the world felt heavy, so heavy it almost pressed the air out of my chest. It was the morning of my husband's funeral, a day I had dreaded, a day I had prayed would never come. The kind of day where even the sunlight feels disrespectful, shining when everything inside you feels dark. I was sitting at the edge of the bed we once shared, holding the small memorial card the funeral home had given me. His picture, that gentle smile I knew better than my own reflection, stared back at me. My heart throbbed with the kind of ache that makes you wonder how a person keeps breathing. People were already gathering, sending messages, bringing food, reminding me to stay strong. But strength, oh baby, that morning strength felt like something far away from me. I had just slipped my shoes on when my phone buzzed. I almost didn't check it. Grief has a way of making everything feel small. But when I saw the caller ID, I froze. It was my husband's boss, a man who never called me directly, a man who barely spoke more than 2 sentences to me before. I answered softly, my voice trembling. And all he said was, "You need to see this." His voice had urgency in it, quiet, controlled, but urgent. I could hear papers rustling in the background, and his breath was uneven, like he'd been pacing. I asked him what he meant, but he just repeated himself, "Please, before the funeral. I'll meet you at the office." Part of me wanted to ignore it, to hang up and walk out the door to say goodbye to my husband in peace. But another part, that small, trembling whisper inside, told me something wasn't right. So I called my sister, told her I'd be there a little late, and drove to my husband's workplace. The building felt cold, sterile, so different from the warm stories he used to tell about his coworkers. His boss met me at the entrance, looking pale, nervous, and older than I remembered. He took me into his office and shut the door behind us. On his desk sat a laptop, a stack of files, and a small envelope with my husband's handwriting on it. My breath caught when I saw his script, so familiar, so loved. His boss sat down, looked at me with sympathy, but also with fear. "Your husband, he's been hiding something. Not something bad, no. Something that he should have told you himself. Something he wanted you to have." My heart tightened. Was it a secret? A confession? Asterisk with trembling hands, I opened the envelope. Inside, I found a letter written in his familiar looping handwriting, along with documents, papers that his boss explained carefully. The letter. Oh, baby, that letter was full of love. He told me he had taken out an additional life insurance policy months before, naming me as the sole beneficiary. He wrote that he wanted me to live without worrying, without fear, without the struggle he grew up seeing his own mother face. He explained he had been working extra hours, not because he loved the job, but because he wanted to leave me with security, comfort, and dignity. His boss confirmed everything my husband had refused: recognition, refused overtime pay, refused praise. He only wanted peace for me. And then I read the last paragraph. "Please don't spend your life grieving me," he wrote. "Spend it living. Laugh again, travel, love again if your heart leads you there. I don't want to be your ending. I want to be your beginning." I pressed the letter to my chest and cried, not just from pain, but from the overwhelming, powerful love he left behind. My husband didn't just prepare for his death. He prepared for my life. Or a final gift. He opened a laptop and clicked on a video file. My husband's face appeared on the screen, smiling that same gentle smile. My knees went weak. I sat down slowly, clutching the armrests. The date on the video was 2 weeks before he passed. He cleared his throat in the video, adjusting the camera like he was nervous. He said my name softly, oh, the way he said it, like a prayer. And then he spoke words that cracked my heart open. He said he knew his time was coming, that the doctors had told him things he never had the courage to tell me. He didn't want to worry me, didn't want to watch me suffer alongside him. Instead, he wanted to give me time to smile while he still could. Time to live beside him without the shadow of fear. He apologized for keeping it from me. He said he loved me more deeply than life itself. And then, He reached beside him and held up a small sealed envelope, the same one sitting on the desk before me. "This is for you," he said in the video. "Open it when you're ready. Inside is the truth of my heart and the future I want for you." When the video ended, I sat frozen, tears flowing quietly. My husband had been carrying this secret, this gentle, loving burden. My dear ones, sometimes people love us in ways we don't see until the quiet moments, the moments after they're gone. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's tucked inside envelopes, hidden in late-night hours, buried in sacrifices no one ever hears about. That day, I stood at his funeral, not only grieving his loss, but honoring his love. A love that stretched beyond the boundaries of this world. And today, I share this story so you remember this. Love leaves traces. In letters, in gestures, in quiet acts of protection. And even in the moments when our hearts break, love still guides us gently toward healing. So hold your loved ones close. Speak your truth. Cherish your moments. And remember, even after goodbye, love finds a way to speak.